Beijing's top diplomat says China and Russia are, quote, friends forever, never enemies. Those remarks published in Russian state media as Wang Yi pays a 3-day visit to Moscow. High-level talks will include a face-to-face with President Vladimir Putin today. Russia's foreign minister, that's Sergei Lavrov, also talking up ties, saying they have helped to stabilize a global climate of uncertainty.
Видимая ответственность Москвы и Пекина за тесную координацию на международной арене. В этом страны мирового большинства видят, наверное, самый существенный стабилизирующий фактор в это непростое время развития мировой политики.
Mr. Wang reaffirming close alignment, pledging a joint contribution to peace. Earlier, Mr. Wang expressed Beijing's desire to play a constructive role to end the war in Ukraine. And what Dasha Chernyshova joins us live from Moscow. Dasha, Mr. Wang Yi there, friends forever, never enemies. This remark coming at a sensitive time in global geopolitics.
That's right. The Chinese foreign minister has been interviewed by the Russian state news outlet, in which he said that. And also this goes to reaffirm that the relationship between Russia and China is strong as never. Now we understand the sides are trying to improve the quantitative part of that growing partnership. We're also hearing that this relationship is the only constant in the ever-changing world. And this relationship doesn't pose a threat to other countries, in the words of Wang Yi. We also have heard the Russian foreign minister Sergei Lavrov once again reaffirming the strong alignment between Moscow and Beijing. In his opening remarks, he said that Russia and China are united not only by the historical and military brotherhood, the long border between the countries, but they have been tested by time. We also understand that the two countries do see the need to set a barrier against the revival of Nazism and militarism urgently. This is one of the tasks for the bilateral relations, and also the UN has been brought up in the negotiations that Wang Yi held with the Russian foreign minister on Tuesday in the Russian capital. They say that the UN role has to be defending the principles of the international law, and therefore it is important to defend the United Nations itself. So in general, the reconfirmation of the strong partnership between the two countries that we have heard in the meeting that has already taken place.
Dasha, of course, this meeting has taken place, and of course, Mr. Wang Yi speaking also ahead of that visit to Russia. So clear pointers for what likely is to be on the agenda when he meets Russia's President Vladimir Putin in just under an hour.
That's right. This meeting is expected to be held soon. The Kremlin has confirmed that the Russian president will be meeting Chinese foreign minister, saying that this is a tradition to meet with Chinese foreign minister when he is visiting the country, and calling him a dear friend whose personal role has been very important in the strengthening of the bilateral ties. Now, we understand that the conflict in Ukraine is one of the issues on the agenda of Wang Yi's visit to Russia, and on that we've heard him say that China stands for the peaceful resolution of this conflict, calling for the negotiated settlement, and saying that China could play a role along with the countries of the global south. But obviously there is more to be discussed, and that concerns the trade relationship between Moscow and Beijing, especially at a time that Moscow is reviving its ties with Washington and tries to negotiate the Ukrainian settlement with the United States as well. So one of the parts of the discussions is likely to concern Ukraine. Another side is definitely going to be related to the bilateral ties, and we know that Xi Jinping, the president of China, is going to travel to Russia for the 9th of May, when Moscow will be celebrating the Soviet victory in World War II over Nazism. And also we understand there will be a summit between Russia and China in May. So these are the issues that are likely to be raised in those discussions.
Dasha Chernyshova there on Wang Yi's visit to Russia, and a close alignment as ever between China and Russia.